Look at this Etsy shop. This shop is only selling digital items and has made over 43,000 sales. Now, if you look at their average selling price, it's somewhere around $2. What it means is that this Etsy shop has made over $86,000 in revenue so far. What if I said you could be raking in over $15,000 a month with the same strategy, all by harnessing the power of AI to craft and sell digital art? Yep, you heard it right. In this video, I will guide you on how to create best-selling digital art items using nothing else other than AI. Sounds pretty exciting, right? What's more interesting is that generating these digital art items is super easy. Also, if you don't know how to sell on Etsy or how to deliver your product to customers, don't worry, because this video is a complete guide on how to sell AI-generated digital art items on Etsy, from generating the art to delivering it right to customers. But before we start, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you receive updates on our future uploads. Okay, so enough talking, let's begin. The types of digital art you can sell on Etsy. If you go to Etsy and search digital art, you'll see hundreds of listings. With so many items on the list, it might get very confusing really quickly. Some of these listings are straight up presented as AI-generated art, like this one. Others are listed as digital art pieces, like this one. But what we are looking for is something special that people will find interesting, like a family tree digital art. A family tree art is pretty simple to create. For that, you just need the names of the family members and a simple tree template with designated slots for the names of the family members. And that's it, no catch. And as you can see, people are buying these digital art pieces and have even left positive reviews on the listings. These family tree digital arts can sell for any price, from $1 to as much as $8. Another type of digital AI art selling hot on Etsy is family birth flowers art. Here's how one looks. So here's how it works. Different flowers are assigned to the family members based on their birth months, and then the flowers are turned into art using AI. The flower art pieces are then put together and turned into a bouquet to represent a family. So, for example, March means daffodil, April means daisy, June means rose, and so on. Now, you might wonder, how can I create a family tree art or a family birth flower art? That's where AI comes in, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. Setting up your Etsy listings. Okay, so first things first, you need an Etsy account. So, what you need to do is go to Etsy and create your account. Once your account is all set up, you'll have to create the listings. So, I would recommend that you create 2 listings at the beginning. One for the family tree art and the other for the family birth flowers art. As you can see, all of these digital art listings on Etsy have a similar structure. They have different mock-ups of the art, a description, and also a box for the customers to provide information on family members. So, first, go to Midjourney and ask it to create a family tree template in the style of digital art for a family of 3 members. Or you can ask it to generate different family birth flowers by entering the prompt, create a rose in the style of oil painting with a clear background. Midjourney will create the art for you. Then you can create different mock-ups of the art using free tools like smartmockups.com, or you can simply use Canva. Once ready, you are all set to create your listings. Return to your Etsy account and create the listings for the family tree and family birth flowers art. To do that, go to Etsy and click here on Listings. Then click Add a Listing. From here, you can select either the item category as physical or digital, which in our case is the latter. So go ahead and select digital. Scroll down and use the When Was It Made drop-down menu to select Made to Order. Now click Continue and give your listing a title. What I recommend is that you use relevant keywords so that your listing can rank higher in the search results. Then click here and upload your mock-ups as images you created a while ago. Then add a description for the listing. Now pay attention here, as this is one of the most important parts of the listing. You can refer to your competitors' listings to get an idea. Provide as many details as possible. Also, include a clear disclaimer that a digital art file will be provided and no physical item will be shipped. Then, scroll down and click Add Personalization to add a box in your listing, which the customers can use to provide the required information, like the family member names and their birth months or anything else they would like you to consider for the art. You should also state your requirements for the personalization box, like this one. You are almost done with your listing. Just add your price and quantity and select your category, which is a pretty straightforward process. Once you are sure that you have included everything that I mentioned in this video, click Publish, and you are done. Congratulations! Fulfilling an order. Okay, so now that your listing is ready and all set to land on customer screens, all you need to do is wait for the orders to start flowing in. Once a customer stumbles upon your listing, they'll fill in the information in the personalization box. Once they check out and pay the amount, they'll see a message that says they'll receive an email with the digital art file ready for download. It's all done here for the customer. Now it's your turn to get to work. You'll see the pending order on your Etsy dashboard. Carefully check the information that the customer has provided, like the family members' names for the family tree art and other details for the family birth flowers art. If the order was placed on the family tree art listing, you should edit the AI-generated template to include the names of the family members. That's quite an easy task, and you can do that with different basic editing tools like Canva. Now, what if the order was placed on the family birth flowers art listing? For that, here are the steps you should follow. First, generate the flowers for each birth month using Midjourney. Then, remove the backgrounds using AI tools like remove.bg. Once ready, you can combine these flowers using editing software to create a bouquet. Enter the required text, like the family name or names of the family members, and it's done. Save the file to your PC as a PNG or whatever format you like. So, here's the last step. Return to your Etsy dashboard and click Complete Order. Then click on Upload File. Finally, click on Complete Order, and you just fulfilled your first order. Once done, the customer will receive the file through email, which they can download. If you stay consistent and do everything right, I can assure you that you are going to earn a pretty decent amount of money from each listing. You just learned the AI side hustle that can help you make thousands of dollars right from the comfort of your couch without the need for any investment. Let us know in the comments if you have any confusion. And as always, we hope that you enjoyed our video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone who you think might be interested in the money-making AI side hustle. We will be back with another video soon.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about the 10 best digital products that you can make using AI. And I'm going to be talking about which types of products they are and how much and how you can utilize AI to make them. And I'm going to be realistic with you. I'm going to give you examples. There are some products where you can heavily utilize AI and some where you can just use it a little bit. And hopefully by the end of the video, you will have a great idea on the type of product that you can make. So without further ado, go ahead, cheers the like button, and let's jump into it right now. So the first one on the list is going to be Canva templates. So Canva templates are basically pre-designed layouts for social media posts, marketing materials, social media graphics, blog graphics, workbooks, ebooks, presentations, etc. And you can make these on Canva and then you can sell them on platforms like Etsy or Creative Market. Or you can actually sell them on Canva itself, right? So when you sell on Canva itself, you get 35% royalties for every single design that's approved and then other people use it. But it's likely going to be even more lucrative if you sell them on something like Etsy. And there are lots of people on Etsy making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Now, the way that you would use AI in order to do this is for generating design ideas, you could use something like DALL-E or deepart.io for inspiration. To enhance the images, you could use AI tools such as Let's Enhance to improve the image quality. To automate the design, you could explore platforms like Relay That for AI generated design templates. To generate color palettes, you could use tools like Adobe Color CC to create harmonious color schemes. And then to create custom illustrations, you could try AI illustration tools such as Artbreeder for unique graphics. So yeah, this is definitely a digital product that you can heavily utilize AI in order to create. Of course, AI is not going to do 100% of the job for you. You're still gonna have to do a good amount of the work. Once you find something that works really well, you can basically streamline the process and make a bunch more of those types. And that would be a lot faster than when you had to brainstorm and come up with a lot of the ideas on your own at the beginning. So yeah, this one is pretty good. I'll go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. Now, by the way, did you know that you can earn thousands of dollars a month by working less than 1 hour per day? And this is exactly what I do by making content on YouTube. And I'm gonna be showing people how to do this with a live training where I reveal the 5 biggest secrets on how to grow and monetize your YouTube channel. And these are the same strategies that helped me to make thousands of dollars within my first few months of starting and taking YouTube seriously. And I also get checks like this almost on a daily basis. So I'll be hosting this at 9 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. And I'll also be giving away a free mini course, but only for people who attend the live training. Plus, I'll be conducting a live Q&A where I answer any questions that you have on how to grow or make money from YouTube. Now, I can only accommodate a limited amount of people because this is gonna be a live Zoom training where you're talking directly to me. So make sure you sign up now while it's still available by clicking the link down in the description as well as the pinned comment below. Next is going to be unique printables. Now, this could be anything from digital designs for wall art, greeting cards, stickers, coloring books, etc. Now, if you don't think you can make money from this, there's so many different examples online. For instance, this mom makes 6 figures through her Etsy side hustle, right? So she brought in $160,000 in 1 year in passive income, and she sold anything from Christmas scavenger hunts to digital planners. Now, most of the people who have tried this side hustle typically make between $10 and $100 a week to start. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but $100 a week over 4 weeks is about $400 a month. And that's not bad for something that a lot of different people are doing. Now, for all these different types of products, you're gonna wanna follow a particular process for getting started. And the first thing you wanna do is identify market needs. And you can actually use AI to analyze market needs. ChatGPT is actually relatively good at identifying different market needs. And at the very least, it can give you ideas. Then you wanna create the printables or create whatever you're creating that is gonna be on this list. And you can use AI-powered design tools such as Canva to assist in creating visually appealing printables quickly and easily. And Canva offers templates, graphics, and editing features that streamline the design process. And a lot of these websites are integrating AI more and more directly into the website. Then you can design eye-catching listing images, and you can use different tools to enhance listing images to make them more appealing. For instance, Deep Art or Enhance are 2 different tools you can use to improve the image quality of your product images. Then you can optimize your listings with smart keywords. So AI-powered keyword research tools such as Ubersuggest can help you identify relevant and high-ranking keywords for your Etsy listings. These tools can basically provide insights into search volume and related terms to optimize your listing for better visibility. Then you want to price your products competitively. So AI-driven pricing algorithms can analyze market data and competitor pricing to suggest optimal pricing strategies. So tools like Price to Spy, for instance, or Competera can help you determine the competitive pricing for your printables on Etsy. So yeah, overall, printables are really good. There's a lot of opportunities out there for printables. I'd say some of my favorite ones are anything that you can kind of like hang up on the wall, and you can use AI to create those images that people would then hang up on the wall. So for instance, if your favorite politician or favorite celebrity says something, you could create maybe an AI image that's somewhat related to them. Definitely be careful there because there could be some copyright issues. But you could maybe create an AI image that's somewhat related to a quote that went viral or something along those lines. And if you bring it to market quickly enough, it can make a ton of sales. So this one is really good as well. I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8.5 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be very similar, and that's going to be print-on-demand products. Now, print-on-demand is something that I'm extremely bullish on, especially when it comes to the applications of 3D printers. So I've talked about this before on the channel. I think that very soon 3D printing and print-on-demand are going to be merging together. And so for instance, if you want a particular Halloween costume, or maybe you want to create some sort of like anime costume, like a cosplay type of thing, pretty soon you're gonna be able to measure your dimensions, submit those dimensions to a program, and then design a costume on the program that will then be 3D printed and delivered directly to you. So this is gonna be something that's gonna be coming down the line, in my opinion, in the next 5 years. And I'm extremely excited about the applications of this. But with that being said, print on demand still has a lot of awesome stuff going on right now. So an example of print on demand would would be printing t-shirts. There are a lot of different websites that do this. For instance, Teespring, Spreadshirt, Redbubble, and TeePublic. And this is basically where you would make a certain design that you would put on a t-shirt, but you actually don't create it. It just looks like you created it. And then it doesn't actually make the t-shirt until somebody orders it. Once that person orders it, they then make the t-shirt, fulfill the order, and ship it to them. So that's the amazing thing about print on demand, is you don't really have to risk anything, because nothing gets shipped or made or stored until someone actually buys the product, which is actually amazing if you think about it. And there's a person on Reddit here that is talking about how they're making 20 to 80K per month revenue with print on demand, and they are actually doing t-shirts. And if you did something like t-shirts, you would probably want to list them on like every website that you possibly can, because a general rule when it comes to print on demand with t-shirts is you can make an average of $1 per active listing per month per website. Okay, so for instance, if you made a t-shirt design and you put it on Teespring, Merch by Amazon, and Redbubble, and then let's say you made 100 different designs, so 100 shirts on each site, that would be about $300 a month, because there's 3 different sites, or $100 a month from each site, right? So as you can see, it's a lot of work, because it would take a lot of time to make those 100 designs. But it's very realistic that once in a while, you're gonna get a design that just pops off and sells thousands of shirts. So yeah, this one can be really good. You use a lot of the same AI tools to make this as you would to make printables. But yeah, this one is really good. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 7.5 out of 10 opportunity score. Now, by the way, with a lot of these, it involves what's known as digital marketing. And if you learn how to do digital marketing, you can sell even more shirts or printables or print on demand products, because you can actually drive people to your listing that are very likely to buy that product. So just as an example, maybe you have a cat related catalog of shirts and you do some advertisements to cat people that are very likely to like those types of shirts. Then a bunch more of them would buy the product. Now, digital marketing is amazing. It's one of the best skills you can possibly learn, because it's going to help you no matter what you end up doing in life. Whether you want to start your own business, whether you want to do freelancing, get a good job, get a part-time job, or just learn a very valuable skill, digital marketing is going to be amazing for you. And I've actually helped a bunch of people get digital marketing jobs, and I've interviewed them on this channel. And they were all able to get digital marketing jobs through my business partner, Seth. Now, Seth does have a free digital marketing course where he goes over the different types of digital marketing, as well as if it's a good fit for you, and just basically how you can get into digital marketing in general. And he has that free masterclass down in the description, as well as the pinned comment below. So definitely click down there and check it out. But yeah, knowing different types of digital marketing is gonna help selling all of these different digital products much, much easier. Next, let's talk about AI-powered stock photos. So this is exactly what it sounds like. I think all of you guys have seen AI is now making super realistic looking photos. And there's lots of companies out there that will buy stock photos for all kinds of different things, anything from advertising to being able to put photos in their videos, etc. And it used to be that people would have to go out there and manually take these photos. But with AI, you can just generate a ton of different photos of people doing all kinds of random things that companies could be asking for, and then put them on websites. Now, some of the websites limit AI photos, and other websites are actually embracing AI photography. Now, when it comes to actually being able to make money with this, they've actually surveyed different stock photographers, and it showed that about 46% of them were making between $0 and $500 per month. 16% of them were making $500 to $1,000 a month. 11% were making $1,000 to $1,500 a month. 7% were making $1,500 to $2,000 a month, and 18% were making $2,000+ a month. And that's actually pretty good, considering the fact that a lot of people are just doing this as a side hustle or doing it part-time. So there is a significant amount of people, about 18%, that are making over $2,000 a month doing this. Now, one of the websites that does allow you to upload AI generated images is Adobe Stock. And they have a commission rate of about 30% per download. So that means you can make anywhere from 33 cents to $26 per download. And after you've uploaded thousands or even tens of thousands of photos, that can really add up. So yeah, this one is pretty good. I could see it becoming relatively saturated as AI just creates more and more images. It also could become somewhat redundant as well, just because of the fact that there might be the ability for business owners to just very easily create whatever AI photo they want, and they don't really have to put that much effort into it. And so it might become redundant to use these stock photography photo websites. But with that being said, this one's pretty good. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 opportunity opportunity score. Now, one that I'm even more excited about that's coming down the line is going to be AI generated stock videos. Now, I think there's actually even more potential for AI generated videos than there is for AI generated stock photos. Because right now it's actually quite difficult to get specific types of videos that companies would want for marketing purposes, for instance. And AI is getting better and better at generating these videos. So I think this is going to be a massive opportunity in the next year or so. So it's very similar to the AI stock photo thing. I'm not going to go over all of the little things on the list, but this one I'm going to give a 9 out of 10 opportunity score. I'm extremely bullish on AI stock videos. Next is going to be resume and cover letter templates. And this is specifically going to be for artistic related careers. Now, for a lot of careers out there, the resume that you use is going to be very basic, but for artistic related careers, typically you are going to have a resume that is decorated. And on top of that, even if you're doing basic resumes, there's different formats that are going to work really well for different types of careers. And this person, for instance, made $5,000 selling resume templates. And resume templates typically sell for about $3 to $60 each. And you can create resume templates based on the type of career that the person is applying for. And one website you could sell on would be creativemarket.com. Now, a few different resume related tools you could use is resi.ai, which basically is going to help you with creating the resume. And then it also can help you with modifying the resume for different types of careers. Then you would want to identify market gaps. So different types of careers that are getting a lot of searches for different types of resumes, and then creating those types of resumes that are tailored for that specific career or job. Then you want to learn from success. So you would want to go on LinkedIn and you'd want to see other people that are already in the job. And sometimes they'll actually just include their resume on LinkedIn, and then notice what things you basically see over and over again. Notice what the patterns are. And then based on those patterns, you can create the ideal resume that's going to help people get into that career. And then you'd want the perfect presentation. So you want to create a visually appealing template showcased in the best case scenario to capture attention to entice buyers. Now, for more artistic related resumes, this could actually be like an artistic template. And for simpler resumes, this would be a very simple, like black and white template. So yeah, this is a really good opportunity. The resume market, I've seen people create 7-figure businesses from this industry. I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8.5 out of 10 opportunity score. By the way, several of my clients that I've actually taught how to grow and make money from YouTube started off simply by selling resumes, right? So they actually sold resume templates, or they sold services or coaching for making the resumes themselves. One of my clients, for instance, Davis, started off by teaching people how to make resumes for management consulting. And Davis started working with me on his YouTube channel, and now he's doing 400% better than he was before. And he's making over $100,000 a month. So if you're interested in growing and monetizing your YouTube channel, I work with a few people per month. And if you want to apply for my coaching, you can click the link down in the description as well as the pinned comment below. And if not, maybe you just want to learn about YouTube, you can also click that link, because I have basically an instructional video on there that will teach you a lot about how I grew on YouTube and how to grow on YouTube in general. Next is going to be creating seamless patterns. And these are basically patterns or designs that you can put on different types of fabrics, wallpaper, websites, etc. So you create the pattern, people buy it on platforms like Creative Market for their creative products, and then they'll probably end up using it in their product as well. And seamless patterns are almost like the Lego blocks or the building blocks of design. They're the visual equivalent of the catchy jingle that you just can't get out of your head.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
What was that?
What?
And here are some examples of seamless patterns that have done really well. So I'll just put some up on the screen for you. And a lot of the time, these seamless patterns sell for like $1.5 to $8 each on Etsy. And then you basically have the sort of design rights or creative rights to use them in your own products or your own marketing. And there's an example of this lady named Elizabeth who earned over $50,000 with her seamless patterns. And this is actually the example that I used at the beginning of the video for the person who earned over $53,000. So what you'd want to do here is you'd want to first start by studying successful seamless patterns. And you could do this on Etsy using like Sweet Shop Design, Old Market, Design Lover Studio, etc. And then you just basically analyze their offerings and presentations to gain inspiration for your own designs. Then you can conduct some niche research before launching your pattern store. You'd basically want to understand the market demand, the competition, the potential for profitability, etc. And then you could create patterns using Midjourney 5. And you'd want to use specific prompts like flat, distinct feather pattern, comma, HD, dash dash tile. So there's certain ways of prompting Midjourney, and there's a lot of information out there on how to do this. You can basically just look it up on YouTube for free, but there's basically certain ways of prompting Midjourney to get the optimal outcome. And then you can refine your patterns using something like Photoshop. So yeah, this one's pretty good. I'd say it's one of the less attractive ones on the list. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 5 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be social media calendars. So this is where you could actually sell social media calendars themselves that help people basically plot out their social media content strategy. And you could even take this a step further and you could sell them particular video ideas or content ideas on top of that. And believe it or not, ChatGPT is pretty good at coming up with content ideas. I've actually tested this out before and I've used the content ideas that I came up with ChatGPT and they've done pretty well. So this is something that I have seen people doing before, and there is a huge demand out there for this. Now, this is a little bit more of a service rather than a create it one time and then sell it type of thing. So it's a lot less passive, but there's also potential for really good profits here. So this would be a type of social media marketing agency because content is a type of social media marketing. But yeah, this one is pretty good. I see a lot of potential in it. I'll go ahead and give it a 6.5 out of 10 opportunity score. By the way, comment down below if you like some of these ideas, or maybe you don't like the ideas, or maybe there's an idea that I didn't mention in the video, but you think that I should, and maybe I'll mention that in a future video. Or if you comment down which one of these ideas you like, maybe I'll make a future video and go more in depth on it. Next is going to be a spreadsheet tracker or a template. Now, there are kind of more well-known types of spreadsheets like Google Sheets or Excel, and these are incredibly useful, don't get me wrong, but you could even go deeper than this and make spreadsheets on tools like Airtable. And Airtables has a bunch of automations, integrations, and it's even integrating AI now. And that makes it to where a lot of things can just be automatically done. And it really helps when it comes to running a business owner's business and just streamlining and automating a bunch of the processes. So a lot of people have agencies where they go in and they set up people's Airtables and they customize it to the specific business. And if you don't know what Airtables is, it's just an incredible tool that is just super useful. We are using it in our business currently. Absolutely love Airtables, but it is pretty complicated to use. So if you're the type of person who really loves spreadsheets and you really love automations and kind of operations and streamlining things, this could be a really good side hustle for you. But if you're the type of person who just likes to kind of design Google Sheets templates or something along those lines, you can definitely make money from that as well. So for instance, this person made over $200,000 just selling Google Sheets templates. And one of the top sellers in the Excel template category on Etsy has sold over 18,000 templates at a regular price of $8.90. Which means they have made hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, the cool thing is you can actually use tools like Spreadsheet AI to expedite the spreadsheet creation process. And you definitely want to tailor this to different types of careers, for instance. Just as an example, there's a lot of different templates that you could use in the finance industry for keeping track of different numbers. And yeah, this is a really good one. You definitely see a lot of people making money from this. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 7.5 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be AI generated coloring pages. So this is a really weird one, but honestly, extremely lucrative. So basically what you're gonna be doing here is you're gonna be making coloring books, right? Coloring books that kids and maybe even grown-ups use crayons to color in. And you can use AI to create those coloring books. So just as an example of a niche that I've seen do really well, now this niche probably doesn't work very well now, but a year ago, this niche was absolutely popping off. People were making psychedelic AI coloring books. So they were basically making different psychedelic looking coloring books that actually appeal to grown-ups, and then grown-ups would buy them and use crayons and stuff like that to fill them in. So if you can find a niche like that that isn't saturated or tapped yet, and then make a ton of coloring books that are related to that niche, you can make amazing money doing this. And there are a bunch of people out there that are making thousands of dollars a month creating these coloring books. So yeah, this one is pretty good. I'll go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. Today we're going to talk about 15 realistic side hustles to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. And this isn't going to be your typical side hustle video where you hear them and then you go in and investigate and they don't actually work. These are side hustles that I have either tried out myself, my team's tried out, or friends of mine have tried out, and they absolutely 100% work. We spend hundreds of hours making these videos to make sure everything we talk about is top quality. So if you appreciate us doing that, go ahead and gently tap that like button. And let's jump into it with number 1 on the list, which is going to be a hobby instructor. And this is literally where you just share either your passion or your expertise or some combination of both with other people. And this could be anything from knitting to exercising to helping other people get a job like I do, right? So I help people get a job, I help them make extra money so that they can be financially independent. And that is what this whole channel is all about. And this is something that I struggled with in the past myself. And once I was able to get this under control, get financial independence, my entire life changed. And all I wanted to do is talk to my friends about how amazing this stuff was. And they were kind of bored of it, right? They probably didn't want to talk about financial independence all the time. And so what did I do? I created this channel so that I could share my ideas with the world. And I'm not the only one. There's about 500,000 people in the United States alone that make a full-time income from YouTube. And YouTube isn't the only platform you can do this on. There's blogging, there's Instagram, there's Twitter, there's LinkedIn, etc. And just as an example, here's a 36-year-old mom that makes $15,000 a month, working 10 hours a week, and her best advice for scaling an online business. And she basically talks about how she started teaching English on various websites, and she created 2 classes on the website OutSchool. One was on arts and crafts, and the other one was about mastering the 5-paragraph essay. And she said that it took her a few months for the business to pick up, but in early 2021, she added 6 other classes and was netting $10,000 per month from the site, working just 10 to 12 hours per week. Here's another example, Outdoor Boys, which is a YouTube channel. And this was started by Luke Nichols, who's a DUI lawyer who is now making content about his hobby, which is teaching people how to survive in remote areas with limited tools and equipment. So he makes really cool videos where he's like camping in Alaska in deep snow. So he's like in a snow burrow camping in Alaska, which is absolutely insane and awesome. He made another video where he's hunting, fishing, and crabbing in Florida, and he's got a gator across his back. I mean, how cool is this? And I don't know if he reveals how much income he makes, but I'm sure he makes multiple 6 figures per year easily by doing this. Another way of earning by teaching people your hobbies is to do it through an online platform. So let's take yoga, for example. You could do myyogateacher.com, and this is where people offer online yoga classes. And you can see just a sample for different yoga classes. It's usually about $49 a month, and there's an unlimited plan, which is $69 a month. Then you've got one-on-one sessions, which is $89 a month. Oh, you feel it? All right, sorry about that. Had a quick little earthquake there. I'm back now. So as I was saying, one-on-one sessions, like once per week, you only pay $89 a month on this website. 2 one-on-one sessions per week, $149 a month. And then 3 one-on-one sessions per week is $219 a month. So if you don't want to start your own social media platform, there's plenty of websites out there that will pay you in order to teach other people your hobbies or things that you're already an expert in. Another one is, of course, Udemy, and there's literally thousands of people on Udemy that are making a full-time income by teaching other people what they already know. So I could go on and on. I could give you a million different examples of how you could do this. YouTube is my personal favorite way of doing it. I would be a hypocrite if I said anything else, because that's exactly how I was able to do it. I think it's easier to make money on YouTube and actually grow a real business on YouTube than any other platform out there. So I thought that I would go ahead and mention this at the very beginning of the video because, you know, it's what's changed my life. It's what's allowed me to have financial, time, and location independence so that I can be in remote parts of the world and experience these earthquakes in the middle of the day. But yeah, this one, without a doubt, is gonna get a 10 out of 10 opportunity score. With that being said, this is one where you may not be able to make money right away. Like, you probably are not gonna be able to make money tomorrow, even if you go on these websites. And it is probably gonna take you some time to build your clientele base up and make some money. But this is the one that has the highest opportunity by far in the long run out of all the ones on the list. And YouTube can be a tough nut to crack, which is why I actually coach a few people every month on how to actually grow and make money from their YouTube channels. I've gotten some insanely good results from this. I've got testimonials from people that are making, you know, over $180,000 a month, all the way down to people who are just making an extra couple $1,000s a month doing it as a side hustle. But if you're interested in learning more about how to grow and make money from YouTube, I do take on a few coaching clients every month. We're very picky about who who we take on because I simply just don't have that much time to teach people, but you can go ahead and check that out by clicking the link down in the description as well as the pinned comment below. Next is going to be waiting in line. Yes, you can actually get paid to wait in line, and you can get paid pretty good money. So this is actually referred to as a professional line sitter or a professional line stander. And yes, this is an actual job that people do full time. And if you think about it, there are people out there that will wait at companies like Apple hundreds of hours before they release the newest iPhone or the newest iPad. And a lot of these people make really good money, so it doesn't really make sense for them to wait hundreds of hours. So what they'll do is they'll just pay somebody else to stand in line for them, hold their spot, and then when it comes time to actually open the stores and get the product, they'll replace them. And if you think about it, Americans spend on average 37 billion hours a year waiting in line. 37 billion.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And there are people out there like this guy, for instance, that get paid thousands of dollars to sit in line and wait at these different events. And it's not just when Apple comes out with the newest iPhone. It's for different clubs, restaurants, concerts, building openings, etc. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can get into this. One app is going to be Spotblaze. And with this app, you can make on average about $25 to $35 an hour. And during holidays, you can get paid up to $70 an hour to stand in line. So this is a completely legit side hustle, and it's even something you can do full time in some cases. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 7.5 out of 10 opportunity score. Now, by the way, did you know that you can earn thousands of dollars a month by working less than 1 hour per day? And this is exactly what I do by making content on YouTube. And I'm gonna be showing people how to do this with a live training where I reveal the 5 biggest secrets on how to grow and monetize your YouTube channel. And these are the same strategies that helped me to make thousands of dollars within my first few months of starting and taking YouTube seriously. And I also get checks like this almost on a daily basis. So I'll be hosting this at 9 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday, and I'll also be giving away a free mini course, but only for people who attend the live training. Plus, I'll be conducting a live Q&A where I answer any questions that you have on how to grow or make money from YouTube. Now, I can only accommodate a limited amount of people because this is gonna be a live Zoom training where you're talking directly to me. So make sure you sign up now while it's still available by clicking the link down in the description as well as the pinned comment below. Next is going to be pet memorials. So this is when somebody's furry family friend dies and they want to celebrate their pet's life with flair. And this basically involves creating customized tributes and keepsakes to honor beloved pets who have passed away. And here are some examples of some of the memorials that people have made. This was actually one from 1881. So people have been doing this for hundreds of years now. And there's a story about a 55-year-old who spent $15,000 on his side hustle, quit his 60-hour-a-week job, and he now brings in $23,000 a month doing this. And basically, he started this side hustle because his friend's dog Molly died, and he happened to own a $15,000 engraver for his stone carving hobby. And Molly's concrete headstone turned out well, and Melton decided to open up an Etsy shop in March of 2021. And a few initial orders turned into a handful of positive reviews. And this turned into more orders. And then all of a sudden, before he knew it, he was making over $20,000 a month doing this. And it's not just gravestones. There's lots of other different types of products out there that you can make in order to honor your pet. So for instance, there's different, smaller stones. There's different types of urns where you can keep their ashes. And there's different types of garden ornaments, etc., where you can honor your pet as well. There's also necklaces, engraved crystal photos. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff out there. And there's an entire category on Etsy that is dedicated to pet memorial, right? Just an entire category with thousands of different listings that's dedicated to pet memorial. So yeah, this is a legit side hustle. A lot of the time people do it locally. In some cases, they'll do it online as well. Of course, people will pay more for custom memorials where it's not just kind of like a cookie cutter type of thing. It's customized to their particular pet. And yeah, this is something that's really big. It also helps people out there. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. By the way, if you're liking this video, if this is something that you haven't seen before, if you're liking the fact that, these are legit side hustles where you can actually make money, there's real people making tons of money out there doing these types of things, go ahead and give the video a like. And when I see videos that get a lot of likes, I tend to make more of those types of videos because you guys are basically giving me feedback. Next is going to be renting out baby gear. And this is one where I personally have a family friend who started an entire chain of stores basically doing this, right? So she started off by just kind of renting and buying and selling different types of baby gear. And then after she started as a side hustle and she was making really good money just posting on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, she actually opened a physical store. Then she started making a ton of money from her physical store and she opened an entire chain of stores. And now she's probably got a business that's going to be worth multiple millions down the line. So the thing that makes baby gear so lucrative is, first of all, people spend a ton of money on baby related stuff. And second of all, babies quickly grow out of whatever clothes you get them because babies grow really fast. And so you have to buy new stuff very quickly after that. And this is actually extremely wasteful in many cases. And that's why renting out baby gear or buying and selling baby gear is not only really good for the planet, but it's also extremely lucrative as a business or a side hustle. And there's platforms such as Baby Quip where you can actually just make money doing this. It's designed for you to start this type of business. And it's a really easy platform to get started on. And there's this article from this lady who started on Baby Quip and she says she makes $5,000 a month renting out baby gear. And there's also other examples of people who just do this as a part-time thing, just maybe 1 hour a month, something like that. And they're making hundreds of dollars a month. For instance, there's this Aussie mom, it says here, Rachel, who makes about $400 a month. There's another website where you can rent out used baby gear. This is loop.baby. And yeah, this is a legit side hustle. Anybody who's had babies probably has a bunch of extra baby clothes and they would probably just get rid of them. And so if you come in there and maybe you have a baby yourself, you could sell those clothes or rent them out, or you could go to all your friends and be like, hey, I'm gonna buy all of your old baby gear that you don't need anymore for a discounted price, and then you could sell that or rent it out as well. And yeah, people are making a ton of money doing this. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one an opportunity score of 8.5 out of 10. Next is going to be selling handmade crafts. And this is actually a booming business that I've seen a ton of people making a lot of money doing. Now there's a lot of different types of handmade crafts you can sell, anything from rings to necklaces to wall decor to vases. I mean, just anything you can think of that's a physical product, you could probably make it as a handmade craft. And you can sell these on websites such as eBay, Amazon, or Etsy. Now, Etsy is personally my favorite one for selling this type of thing. And I've met a ton of entrepreneurs in the last few years that have been crushing it on Etsy. Now, I'm just gonna give you guys the scoop. A lot of them, what they're doing is they make short form content, either on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube Shorts. And then they drive people to their Etsy store where they can purchase these physical products. And here's an example of a special education teacher who makes up to $1,000 a month just making jewelry and crafts as a side hustle. And by the way, there's other platforms out there. You know, Etsy is not the only one you can use, but Etsy is the one that I see the most people having success with. There's IndieCart, so definitely check these different platforms out. But yeah, there are tons of people out there that are making lots of money selling these physical products. It's also really cool if you're an artsy, crafty type of person and you like making this kind of stuff anyways, you might as well make money doing it. So yeah, this is a really good one. I'll go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be collecting lost golf balls. Now, I have been told in the past that I say the word golf weird. So I'm sure lots of people are going to be making fun of me in the comments section, but I'm sorry, that's just the way that I say golf, whatever. But this is a completely legit side hustle. Now, if you've ever golfed yourself, you know how freaking expensive some of these golf balls can be. And you know how many of these golf balls get lost. I mean, I've gone through 12 golf balls in a single golfing session. And the average golfer, who's much better than I am because I suck at golf, loses over 100 golf balls a year. And there's a story of a teenager that makes over $2,100 a month part-time doing this side hustle where they actually offer their services for free. And basically what he did is he bought a golf ball retriever, which only cost him around $11. And he partnered with different golf courses and he basically just cleans them up, collects the golf balls, and then he sells them on the side. Then he organizes them by the highest value golf ball to the lowest value one. And a lot of these golf balls are worth around $1 each. And some of the high-end ones are worth a lot more than that. And he says he can earn over $100 by selling 100 golf balls. Now, a lot of these golf balls you'll find in the forest or maybe some, dense vegetation. One of the best ways to find them is actually to just get something that can go in the water and pick them up as well. And again, he's doing this service for free, but then he just sells the golf balls on the side and he's making thousands of dollars a month. So Completely legit side hustle. I've seen people do this before. You can definitely make money from it. With that being said, you probably have to be in a certain area that has golf courses, and they have to be okay with you doing that. And so I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10 opportunity score. By the way, comment down below if you like any of these on the list, or maybe you don't like them, or maybe you think I missed one and I should have put it on this list. Let me know down in the comments below so we can all benefit from it. And if I see some that I like, I might include them on future videos. Or if you mention the ones that you really liked in the video, I might go more in depth on future videos. Next is going to be snow shoveling. All right, so this is going to be for my folks out there that live in the Midwest or the North, and you live in a place where half the year there's snow on the ground. I used to be right there with you, and snow shoveling can be a great way of making money if you have this opportunity. Yeah, let's see it as an opportunity, right? Let's see the bright side. And a fun fact here is the earliest known snow shovel was found in a bog in Russia, and it's 6,000 years old. And its blade was made from a carved elk antler section. And if you don't think you can make money from this, even if you're watching this and you're a teenager, well, here's this guy's 6-year-old who funded a trip to Disneyland by shoveling snow. You guys know how freaking expensive Disneyland is? It is thousands of dollars. So yeah, this kid dreamed of going to Disneyland, and he shoveled snow, and he made $3,300 for the trip as a 6-year-old. Guys, it doesn't get much better than this. If a 6-year-old can make $3,300, you can definitely do it as well. All right, and all he did is he went and he shoveled people's sidewalks, driveways, and pathways. And typically with snow shoveling, you can make $30 to $80 an hour. Now that's just basic snow shoveling, which literally all you need is a snow shovel to do. There are more advanced versions of this where if you have a truck, you can get like an industrial grade giant snow shoveler that you can put on the front of the truck. And then you can really make a lot of money doing that, a lot more than $30 to $80 an hour. In fact, there are people out there that only work like 3 to 4 months out of the year, and they have this equipment and they make enough money to live the entire year just by doing this. So yeah, snow shoveling, legit side hustle. You can definitely make money from this. Chances are you're not gonna get rich doing it, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be a website tester. So this is one of those where you can actually make money online. And basically what you're doing is you're testing out different websites and you're giving them feedback on the UI and the UX, which is the user interface and the user experience. And have you ever gone to a website and it's really difficult to use and you can't figure out where everything is and you're just like, man, this sucks? Well, a lot of companies are like that. And when you go to websites that are easy to use, are intuitive, it makes a huge difference. And this was actually one of Facebook's secrets to why they grew so fast, is they were by far the most user-friendly social media website for the longest period of time. And there are countless examples of people talking about how they use websites like usertesting.com, and they've made thousands of dollars doing it. So this is a person who made over $1,300 using user testing, and typically user testing is about $10 to $60 per website test. Now there's other websites out there where you can do this as well, like Try My UI and Userlytics. And here's the thing, you can make money and do this, and it's great. It's a great side hustle. You're not gonna make a full-time income doing this, but this is truly a good way where you could make a couple $100 extra a month. And it's something you can do at just about any time. So overall, this is not one of the best ones on the list, but it is something that just about anyone watching this video could do. And so I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 7 out of 10 opportunity score. By the way, UI, UX design, and website testing in general all falls under the general category of digital marketing. And digital marketing is one of the most valuable skills you could possibly learn, whether you wanna do it as a side hustle, freelance, get a job, or start your own business. And it's one of those skills that is never gonna go away, right? We're gonna be doing digital marketing for the rest of our life. It's almost necessary if you are somebody who works in a high-level job, or you wanna start your own business, or you want to be a freelancer, to know stuff about digital marketing. So it's incredibly useful. And if you want to actually get a full-time job as a digital marketer, well, you're in luck, because I've actually helped a bunch of people do that, and there's a bunch of interviews with them on this channel. For instance, my business partner, Seth, and I were able to help a 16-year-old make over $40,000 a year.
So currently right now I'm getting paid $48,000 per year.
And if you want to check out exactly how he was able to do that, there's actually a free training, which I'll put down in the description, as well as the pinned comment below, that will tell you everything you want to know about digital marketing, the different types of digital marketing, and whether or not it's good for you and your personality. So definitely check that out. I'll put it down in the description, as well as the pinned comment below. Next is going to be a parking watcher. This is gonna be for somebody who has always fantasized about being a mall cop or a meter maid, but you're not quite qualified to do it yet. And this is basically where you monitor parking lots or streets, ensuring vehicles are safe and adhering to parking regulations and assisting drivers when needed, right? So it's not quite the prestigious career such as being a mall cop or a meter maid, but it's the closest you're gonna get to it by doing a side hustle. Now, a fun fact about this is about 35% of land is used for parking lots, right? So this is a lot of land that's being used for this. And the average wage for a parking attendant is about $14 to $19 an hour. Now, what makes this a little bit different than being a parking attendant is that a lot of these types of things are seasonal or they happen every once in a while. So this is the type of thing that you could pick up during the weekend, pick up during different holiday seasons or different events that are happening in the town you live in. And usually they have trouble finding people to do these things. And so this is something where you can approach local businesses, maybe approach your local chamber of commerce and just let them know that you're open to picking up these kind of shifts. And yeah, you're not gonna make a full-time income from this unless you become like a parking lot attendant, but that's probably not the best job in the world to do. And even if you did do it, you probably wouldn't wanna do it for very long. But with that being said, there are a lot of opportunities to make extra money and pick up extra shifts. And so I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 6.5 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be clothing alterations. So this is gonna be for my crafty people out there again. If you're somebody who already knows how to crochet or knit or sew, and maybe you're somebody who likes creating Halloween costumes, or maybe you're into kind of like anime costumes and doing cosplay stuff, or you just like to be crafty and repair your own clothes, this could be a great opportunity for you. So there's a lot of other people out there that do those same things, but maybe they don't necessarily have time. And this is where you step in and you help them out and you get paid to do it. And an interesting fact about this is every single year there's 92 million tons of clothing waste that ends up in landfills. 92 million tons, guys. Can you even fathom how big that number is? You could repair them so that you can wear them longer, or you could turn them into a costume for Halloween, or you could use them as cosplay material, or you could just make completely new clothes out of old clothes. And not only can you make money doing this, but it's also good for planet Earth, which is great, right? There's a couple examples of this. There's a self-taught tailor who went from altering clothes for dry cleaners to making custom suits for The Weeknd. Now, The Weeknd is, of course, a very famous artist. And this guy basically talked about how he started off after he got fired from his banking job, and he basically started making alterations for a dry cleaning company. And eventually he ended up creating suits, and now he of course makes multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Now there are websites that actually make it easy to start doing this. For instance, Airtasker is a really good one. Just to give some examples, putting on a new button typically costs about $3. Shortening or lengthening something is about $15. Tapering something is about $25. Waistband alterations are about $25. Half pockets are about $25. And rehemming is about $20, and then restitching is usually $10 to $40. Another way you could make money doing this is taking old clothes, fixing them up, and then reselling them on a marketplace such as Facebook or eBay. So yeah, this is good as a side hustle. You could even potentially turn it into a full-time thing. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 7 out of 10 opportunity score. The next one is a really good one, and that is furniture flipping. Guys, there are people out there that are crushing it by flipping things like couches and lazy boys. And basically what they're doing is they're buying these old couches, they're refurbishing them, and then they're reselling them. So you buy an old couch, you fix it up a little bit, you clean it up, and then you resell it, and you can make a ton of money doing this. Now, think about it, guys. A lot of these couches sell for like $5,000, $10,000 when they're brand new. And of course, after a few years, they're gonna look a little beat up, and then the resale value is going to be much lower than it originally was. But if you can make it look brand new or close to brand new, you can sell it for close to what the initial sales price was on it. And there are a ton of people out there that are making money doing this. So this person, for instance, said they made $15,000 in February alone from abandoned furniture. Literally just abandoned furniture. They just picked it up. It was completely free. They fixed it up, they cleaned it up, and then they resold it, and they made $15,000 in February alone. And they say that they use websites such as Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Neighbors, and thrift stores. And I can't tell you how many people are making a full-time income, even just doing it part-time, buying and selling furniture. And flippers are typically making between $500 and $10,000 a month, and they're earning between $1,500 and $2,000 per piece of furniture they flip. So yeah, this one is amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10 opportunity score. Something a little bit similar, but a little bit different at the same time is going to be reselling thrifted goods. So this is kind of like being a treasure hunter, except you are hunting in an urban environment and you're going to thrift stores. So you basically go out there, you're kind of looking for all kinds of different things that you would find at thrift stores. You look up the value of these things online, then you might buy them for $1 and sell them for like $30 to $50 online. And if you don't think you can make money from this, here's a 25-year-old who made over 103,000 euros selling secondhand clothes online, right? And she was able to quit her job because of this side hustle. On average, resellers make about $30,000 per year in their first couple years. But keep in mind, most people are doing this part-time, and that's almost a full-time income. I mean, in some places that might actually be a full-time income. So you'd use a lot of the same websites to do this: Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Mercari, OfferUp, etc. And you have to kind of specialize in something. So for instance, if you're really into clothes, you'll probably have a good eye for which clothes are going to be able to resell for more. But yeah, this is a great way to make money. I'll go ahead and give this one an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is being an elderly companion. And this is somebody who basically provides companionship, assistance, and support to seniors. An interesting fact about this is about 70% of people who are 65 and over are going to be needing what's known as long-term care. But what the medical system doesn't really provide is companionship and just basic support. And so there's actually a huge market for just simply going and hanging out with them and maybe doing a few tasks around the house for them. And companion caregivers typically make about $20 to $35 an hour. Now there's ways of doing this in an actual official medical capacity. Of course, you'd have to actually get licensed for that, but there's also ways of just doing this kind of as a side hustle as well. So yeah, this is another good one. People are getting older and older because modern medicine is getting better and better, and there's more and more people who need help and support. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 7 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be a personal or private chef. Guys, this is an amazing side hustle to do. So many people out there are having inflammation issues, and there's so many diets out there that different people have to adhere to. Just to give you an example, a lot of people are sensitive to gluten, and so they have to eat certain foods that don't have gluten in them. A lot of other people like to do things like the keto diet or the carnivore diet, and of course, there's certain foods that they can't eat because of that. And if you can specialize in one of those types of diets and then make really good food that doesn't inflame people, but at the same time tastes really good and it's also healthy, you can make a ton of money doing that. And that's exactly what you should do. You should specialize. Don't be a generalist chef. And so for instance, there are a ton of people out there that make a ton of money as keto chefs. And if you can be a chef that is keto, right, cooks keto food, and you can actually make it taste good and make it healthy, you can make a killing doing this. And people will pay you top dollar to just deliver the food to them weekly. So as an example, this guy made $14,000 a month as a private chef for parties. So that's another thing you could do. You could be a private chef for private parties that people are having. There's even a chef named Chef Lionel who makes $10 million a year, right? So he basically is a carnivore slash keto focused chef, and he taught a bunch of other people his philosophies and how he cooks for health. Now, on average, according to payscale.com, personal chefs make about $25 an hour. Now that's okay, but again, if you specialize in something, you can make way more money than that. And I've seen people who have started local businesses where they basically just deliver food. They shop for the food, they cook the food, and they deliver it to these families. Usually these families are upper class, they have more money. And that's a way for these families to save a ton of time and effort on their food, and they exchange money in order to save that time. And I've seen these local businesses making multiple 6 figures a year in profit doing this. So yeah, this is a huge opportunity. Becoming a personal chef, amazing opportunity. You do have to find the right niche to do it in. You can advertise your services on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, or just by word of mouth. And you want to make it as convenient as possible for the person. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one an opportunity score of 9 out of 10. The next one is one of my absolute favorites, and I mention this on almost every video that I make because it's so good, and that is being a handyman and specifically using the app TaskRabbit. So I can't tell you how awesome this app is and how useful it is. Now, depending on the area you live in, it may or may not be available. If it's not available, you can still be a handyman. You can advertise your services on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. This is something that I did when I was younger, when I was in high school as well as college, is I would just help people with random different tasks. So one of the big ones I did, for instance, was I'd help people with painting. I'd also help people with moving stuff. So helping them to box stuff up and move it from point A to point B. And I made a ton of money doing this. jobs. And there's all kinds of different handyman related services that you can do using an app like TaskRabbit. Anything from furniture assembling, setting up tech, installing and mounting a TV, maintenance, repair, home improvement, just so many different things that you can be hired for as a handyman. And it's honestly not that hard to learn how to do these things. And you get paid minimum $35 an hour on TaskRabbit. And a lot of people make more than that, plus they get tips. So there are people that are making full-time incomes on TaskRabbit. And I get a lot of people who come to me and they ask me like, Shane, you know, I don't have time to start up one of these longer side hustles. I don't have time to get a job. I need to make money right now. What would you do? And my answer is go out there and do physical labor, handyman services. If TaskRabbit's available, do that. You can make a ton of money with very little, just absolute minimal input and minimal skills as well. There's so many people out there that need just a little helping hand, a few hours here and there doing all these different home related maintenance tasks. There's this guy, for instance, who quit his job to make 20,000 euros a year as a side hustle, and it's just enough to get him by. And he basically just does furniture assembly. That's all. But on average, handymen make about $60 to $75 per hour. So in many cases, these people are not working full time. They're working maybe 10, 20 hours a week at most, and they're making a full-time income. There's also house cleaning. House cleaning can be extremely lucrative. There's entire channels dedicated to house cleaning. For instance, Mrs. Messy makes over $3,000 a week just cleaning houses. That's over $150,000 a year. So there's tons of opportunities for these random little side gigs, you know, home cleaning services, handyman type services. It's really, really good. I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10 opportunity score.